Welcome back to our channel. You can encourage us by reacting on our posts. Like, comment, and share to your loved ones. If you enjoyed the story of Asabi, here is the concluding part. That night, after Abore's visit to Asabi's compound, sleep did not come for Asabi. She laid on the tin mattress, eye wide open, listening not to sound but to silence. The kind of silence that feels like something is inside it. For every time she tried to close her eyes, she saw the room again. The white markings on the floor, the calabash in the corner, and the way the hair did not move. Then the Abore voice, "You will be buried inside the casket for 7 days." Her chest tightened. "God forbid," she whispered under her breath. Kilo pataki re o, Asabi. The ritual must be done before the rise of the sun. And if you fail to, be ready to face the consequences. Her eyes widened because she believed him. And he also said, if you don't survive this, it means it's your destiny. Her entire body froze. By this time, it wasn't imagination any longer. Then Asabi jumped up from the bed. Before dawn, she ran. No hesitation, no goodbye. Because staying meant accepting, right? And she wasn't ready for that. Before morning, she was on the road, inside a bus, surrounded by life, movement, and for a moment, it worked, she felt. She breathed easier. "This ends here," she whispered. Then her eyes snapped open when she saw a call from her mother. "Mommy," she picked the call. But the voice that came through was not her mother's. "Your mother has been struck by thunder." Everything inside her dropped. Her breathing broke. Her eyes filled with tears. "I don't want this," she whispered. But now she understood this was not something she could escape. The bus slowed. She stood and said, "Stop." This time she didn't hesitate because deep down she already knew she was not going back. She must return. Back to the village. Inside their compound, the Abore was already standing in front of the compound. Everybody gathered around Asabi's mother. Murmurs, whispers, and all sorts of side talks. He said, "We have no time to waste if we don't want things to get out of hand." At this moment, the compound was full, but quiet. All the villagers had gathered around the compound. Women sat close together, some crying softly, others whispering prayer under their breaths. Men stood at distance, silently watching Asabi. Asabi sat in the center still. Two elderly women stood beside her. She was dressed slowly, a black wrapper tied firmly across her waist, another wrapper tightly around her waist, then the palm leaves, fresh, green, striped into thin lines, carefully tied around her waist, layer after layer. The leaves brushed against her skin. "Cold, too cold," one of the women began to cry. "Moya, Asabi, Asabi," another joined. Soon the sound spread, soft, heavy, because everyone knew some who entered that room did not return. Asabi lifted her eyes slowly. She looked at them. Faces she had known all her life, now looking at her like she was already gone. Her lips trembled, but no tears came, because inside her, something was calm watching. Then Abore stepped forward. The entire compound fell silent. He looked at her, long, deep. Then he spoke. Asikoto, no one argued, no one begged, because it was already decided. They lifted her gently and turned toward the house. The moment they reached the door, the crying stopped, not gradually, all at once. No one followed them inside. No one dared. The room was already open, waiting. The air inside was different, heavier, thicker, like it had not moved since she left in. The white markings were still there, but darker now, refreshed, stronger, and at the center, the casket. Asabi stopped. Her body resisted just for a moment. Abore stepped closer. Her breathing became uneven, but she did not step back. She couldn't. The men opened the casket. Darkness inside, deep, unnatural. Asabi stared into it. Her finger tightened slightly. Her body moved slowly. She stepped forward, climbed in, and lay down. The moment her back touches the wood, the room shifted. The flame in the corner bent, though there was no wind. The markings on the floor seemed to press inward. Abore lifted his staff just once and shouted, "Ile gba o!" No repetition, no shouting. The lid closed immediately. A dull movement from inside, a shift, then stillness. Outside, the crying returned, louder now, broken, but inside the room, silent. Abore did not turn, he did not move, because he was listening, not to the people, but to what is inside the casket. And beneath it, something responded. The ground split and took out. The sound that followed shook everything, then silence. Asabi hit the ground hard, air forced out of her lungs. She gasped, dragging breath back in. Fast and unstable, she put herself up immediately, spinning through the forest. "Where am I?" she cried. Then she heard a voice. Asabi, she turned. The figure she saw stood there still. And then she vanished. Asabi froze. No, don't leave me. Something snapped behind her. She turned sharply and saw nothing. She moved slowly. Then a sound above, slow, scrapping. She looked up. A figure clung to the tree, its limbs too long, its finger digging into the bark like hook, its head unglued. Asabi staggered back. Her foot slipped on the wet leaves. She fell. The thing dropped. Fast, too fast. She screamed at me. Its hand struck the ground, deep, like it wanted to pin her there. Asabi scrambled up and ran. Branches hit her face, leaves caught her hand, but she didn't stop. She ran so fast. Behind her, movement, close. She ran until her legs couldn't raise again. She collapsed under a tree, breathing so hard, shaking. Then silence returned, so sudden. "I think I'm safe now," she whispered. Right. Then a voice beside her said, "Asabi, Ibuwa Iwoluwa." Her head snapped to the side. The tree. She saw a tree that the bark opened slightly. A face was forming inside it. An eyes was blinking slowly, watching her. She screamed and jumped back. The tree cracked. Its roots shifted slightly, as if it was trying to rise. Asabi started running again, Faster, 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 this time, and deeper. The forest changed as she moved. Nothing looked the same anymore. Then she ran to a narrow river, dark and still. She stopped at the edge. Breathing heavily, she said, "There was no way I can cross this. But I need to cross," she whispered. She had no choice than to step into the river. When she entered the river, the creature turned back. The river was cold, too cold, that it caught Asabi shivering. Halfway through the water moved, not flowing but lifting. Asabi froze at that moment. Something rose slowly in front of her. A creature, its body thin, almost skeletal, its skin dripping wet like clothes. Abo! Asabi shook her head violently. No. The water around her tightened, like it was gripping her leg. She struggled so hard and pulled it off. "Let me go," she screamed. The creature leaned closer, too close. Asabi screamed and forced her leg forward. Breaking free, she stumbled out of the water, fell onto the ground, and crawled away. She didn't stop. She dared not look back. She didn't think. She was only running, her breathing wide, her body shaking, because now she understood this place was not meant to be crossed. It was meant to be survived. After what felt like forever, she slowed, barely able to stand. Then she saw it ahead, still and waiting. A small hut, cold, crooked, unlike every other thing else. It did not move. It did not wash. It simply existed. Asabi stood there, trembling, because for the first time, something in that forest did not feel like it wanted to chase her. But that didn't make it safe, because in Igbo Iwo, every stillness can be a trap.